Shedeur Sanders to the Browns, but his eyes are on the Chiefs. Shedeur Sanders may have landed in Cleveland, but something feels off. He doesn't look happy. Rumors are swirling that his heart is still set on Kansas City, and honestly, we can't blame him. With his talent, vision, and swagger, Shedeur on the Chiefs would be a game changer. Imagine him working alongside Patrick Mahomes, learning from Andy Reid, and throwing to guys like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. That's a championship blueprint right there. Sources say a move next season is possible, and if it happens, Kansas City might become unstoppable. Chiefs Kingdom, what would you think of Shedeur Sanders in red and gold? Drop your reactions below. So, you think you know what's coming? You believe this is just another headline in the whirlwind of NFL noise? Huh? Wrong? Dead wrong? This right here isn't just media buzz about some Olympic flag football team. This is legacy in motion. This is national pride on the line. This is a narrative that could rattle the very foundation of who we call the face of football. Are you really going to scroll past the one story that might reveal why the biggest name in the sport might not be the one repping the red, white, and blue? Stay locked in. Smash that like, hit subscribe, and if you still believe in the Chiefs, type you in the comments. If you've lost the faith, be real, type L. We're about to find out where you really stand. Now let's get one thing crystal clear. When we talk about Patrick Mahomes, we're not talking about just another elite quarterback. We're talking generational talent, a once-in-a-lifetime fusion of vision, poise under pressure, and straight-up football sorcery. This man dragged the Chiefs to 3 consecutive Super Bowl appearances and brought home 2 Lombardos. And yet, here we are 3 years out from the 2028 Olympics, and somehow there's actual buzz floating around that Mahomes might not be the guy to lead Team USA. You hearing this? They're out here debating whether he's even the right fit for flag football. Let's be clear. No one is questioning Mahomes' greatness in traditional tackle football. But once you strip away the pads and slap a flag on the hips, it's a different game entirely. We're no longer talking pocket presence and arm angles. We're talking pure agility. We're talking explosive speed. We're talking instantaneous acceleration in tight space. And according to folks like Rich Eisen, when it comes to that version of football, Lamar Jackson is the blueprint. Let me break this down. Lamar Jackson isn't just fast. He's a nightmare in cleats, the kind of athlete who turns angles into mirages. He makes defenders look like they're wading through quicksand. Last season, he rushed for 905 yards. That's not a typo. That's more than a whole stable of NFL running backs. He didn't just run, he dominated. Now let's compare. Mahomes, sure, he's got mobility, but last year, 307 rushing yards. That's solid, but not flag football lead. That's extend the play movement, not turn the field into chaos quickness. And when the name of the game is keeping that flag on your hip, every millisecond counts. But here's the plot twist. Mahomes wants in. He told Olympics.com straight up. He wants that gold. He wants to represent. Even admitted they might be a little faster than him. Now pause and imagine that. The face of the NFL, the reigning king of Arrowhead, a 2-time Super Bowl MVP openly questioning if he's got the juice for the Olympic stage. That's humility. That's awareness. But let's not get it twisted. Mahomes adapts, he always has. Remember that Super Bowl versus the Niners, down double digits, dynasty dreams fading, then Mahomes magic, 3 touchdowns in 6 minutes. You think he can't recalibrate to flag football? Come on. This is the man who throws missiles while off balance on the run, sidearm, blindfolded if he had to. He's not a quarterback, he's a quarterback illusionist. Give him a new system, and he'll bend it to his will. And let's not forget, this isn't just about stats. It's about presence, it's about leadership, it's about that aura that makes defenders flinch before the snap. Mahomes walks into a huddle even in flag football and you listen. That matters. Now let's circle back to what Rich Eisen said. No, not for flag football, Lamar's the pick. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like fatigue, people tired of Mahomes, tired of watching the Chiefs on February. Looking for the next shiny thing, and look, I respect Lamar. The man is electrifying, but when it's time to represent a nation, when it's time to rise with the pressure of the world watching, you don't just want fast. You want clutch. You want the one who's been dominating the biggest moments for years. That's Mahomes, because Olympic gold. It's not just about highlights. It's about legacy. When the entire world is watching, do you really hand the ball to someone who's never felt the weight of the Super Bowl spotlight? Or do you entrust it to the man built for moments exactly like this? Yes, flag football is a different beast. There's no fortress of linemen, no clean pockets. You're exposed on an island. But even in that stripped-down chaos, Mahomes thrives. He's got that sixth sense, the ability to bend space, to confound defenders, to extend reality. And you better believe in that format, he'd innovate. He'd dominate. Let's talk about Team USA. Do you really think the rest of the world is just going to roll over because we showed up with an NFL logo on our chest? No chance. Athletes around the globe have grown up playing flag football. They're fast, they're fearless, they're coming for that gold. And if we put the wrong leader under center, we won't just get outplayed, we'll walk off that field empty-handed. That's not pessimism. Here's what separates Mahomes. He elevates everyone around him. You put him out there with the elite Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, whoever suits up, he makes them better. That's chemistry, that's leadership, that's command. You can't coach that, you can't simulate that. That comes from greatness. And let's not even start on what it would mean symbolically to have Mahomes lead Team USA. This man is the face of the league. He's redefined quarterback play. Kids imitate his throws like they used to copy Jordan's fadeaway. This isn't just about ability, it's about iconography. You don't send your runner-up into international warfare and expect victory. You send your alpha. You send your number one. So what? Now we're going to pretend Mahomes is washed. That he's somehow too slow to compete, like the same man who's out here slinging 50-yard dimes left-handed suddenly can't juke a defender or two in open space. Stop it. You know better. But this debate, it's just heating up. The Olympics are looming, and every time Mahomes rolls out, dodges pressure, and conjures 6 points from thin air, you best believe this conversation is coming right back to center stage. Because when the time comes, Team USA will have to make a choice. Are we chasing flash or are we chasing gold? Now let's pick up where we left off, because this debate isn't just about Mahomes. It's bigger than Lamar. It's about identity, perception. It's about the face we want to show the world when they ask, what does American football really look like? This is about prestige, about dominance, and ultimately about winning. The question isn't who ran for more yards last season. That's surface level analysis. The real question's when the spotlight hits, when the pressure suffocates, who rises, who turns the field into a masterpiece. Because that's what the Olympics are. One shot, one stage, billions of eyes. And one bad call could echo for decades. Let's go even deeper into what Mahomes truly brings. Sure, Lamar ran for 95 yards. Incredible. But Mahomes and his 307, those weren't filler stats. They were calculated, they were clutch. Every scramble was a dagger. Every yard, surgical. He wasn't padding numbers. He was extending drives, demoralizing defenses, flipping momentum with nothing but vision and instinct. And you want to talk about pressure. Mahomes lives in chaos. He doesn't panic. He processes. His brain is a supercomputer, outpacing his feet, outthinking the blitz, outmaneuvering the moment in a game where milliseconds determine destiny. That kind of football IQ. That's not just valuable. That's gold medal worthy. When defeat isn't an option, you don't gamble. You go with the sharpest football mind on the planet. You choose the guy who can dissect a defense like it's preschool geometry. Let's be brutally honest about what flag football demands. It's about precision, anticipation. It's about threading a bullet with pinpoint velocity while moving. Sound familiar? That's Mahomes' entire DNA. Off-platform throws, sidearm flicks, back foot lasers. The man has rewritten the quarterback blueprint. He's not reacting, he's orchestrating. Lamar, he's the Ferrari built for speed. Mahomes, he's a Swiss Army knife. Versatile, reliable, lethal in every situation. And in international competition, that adaptability is what secures gold. Let's talk format. Short fields, rapid possessions, minimal contact. That's tailor-made for Mahomes' improvisational genius. 5 eligible receivers in motion, no pass rush. It's over. He'll surgically dismantle a defense like it's a glorified 7-on-7 camp. Make no mistake, flag football has its own meta. This isn't backyard chaos. It's about rhythm, spacing, timing, a quarterback's paradise. And Mahomes was born to dominate it. He doesn't need 905 yards on the ground. He needs 3 seconds in one open man. And trust me, he'll find him every time. Now let's pivot to something that truly separates winners. Leadership, presence, gravitas in international competition, that matters. You see Mahomes walking through the Olympic Village wearing red, white, and blue. Every other team feels it in their bones. That's psychological warfare. That's dominance before the kickoff. No disrespect to Lamar. He's earned his spotlight, but Mahomes commands his. That's the difference. And don't for a second think Mahomes isn't hungry. He's already stated his intention. He wants in. He's eyeing that gold. And if you believe a guy with his work ethic, his film obsession, and his competitive drive is showing up in LA unprepared, you're delusional. He'll be ready, and he'll make sure everyone around him is too. Let's address the age factor. In 2028, Mahomes will be 32. And that's not old. That's prime quarterbacking. That's mental mastery. That's refined experience. His arm will still be a cannon and that football IQ. Mahomes at 32. with a chip on his shoulder is more dangerous than Mahomes at 25 with something to prove. You do not bet against that man. Now, what about chemistry? Sure, Team USA might be an all-star lineup, but someone's got to conduct the orchestra. That's Mahomes. Year after year, he's turned a revolving door of receivers into Pro Bowl weapons. You really think he can't replicate that with the top pass catchers in the country? Come on now. And let's not forget the trust factor. The Team USA coaching staff needs someone dependable, someone who understands pressure, someone who's been to the mountaintop and survived the fall. Mahomes knows that terrain, that grit, that resilience. That's what champions are made of. Now, let's flip the script. Play devil's advocate for a second. Say they go with Lamar. Say they entrust Olympic gold to his shoulders. You better pray his legs are firing on all cylinders every play. You better pray that instant chemistry clicks, because Lamar's game, it's chaos-driven brilliance. But in flag football, you need structure, you need consistency, you need perfection repeated, drive after drive after drive. That's Mahomes' specialty. That's his domain. Let's bring this full circle. The NFL world is buzzing. The Olympics are looming, and this debate is boiling. But when the moment of truth arrives, when Team USA has to name one quarterback to lead them onto the world stage, the answer isn't just obvious, it's inevitable. You go with the man who's redefined greatness. You go with the one who owns the moment. You go with the quarterback who doesn't just play the game, he bends it to his will. You go with Patrick Mahomes. He's not just the smart pick, he's the only pick, so now the ball's in the decision-maker's court. They can chase the hype or trust the resume. They can roll the dice or bet on proven greatness. Because when that Olympic spotlight floods the field in Los Angeles, when billions of eyes lock in on Team USA, we'll find out fast who was built for the moment and who wasn't. Mahomes. He's already proven he belongs. Now it's time to let him remind the world, if you made it this far, you're exactly the kind of Chiefs fan we want riding with us. Should Mahomes be Q1 for Team USA? Smash that like button if you believe in number 15. Type well. If you're riding with the kingdom, type well if you think the crown is slipping, and hit subscribe because we're bringing this fire every single week. This is Chiefs Kingdom, and this is where you belong.